Hello. This is a bit like a forward to the video that's coming, or the instructions that's coming. We are actually doing this part of the work of the sleeves. These sections here, the pink and the green. My apologies, because the instructions that follow, you will see that I'm using pink and mocha. And then somewhere along the way, I frogged it because I didn't want the mocha, and I went with pink and green, which is what we've ended up with. So just ignore the colors in the next section because the instructions still hold. The colors might have changed. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Hello. This is where we've gotten to with the sleeves for CH0551, the interlocking crochet coat. Next, we're going to do some Tunisian crochet, and I'll just show you how I start. If you're already familiar with Tunisian crochet, it will be a piece of cake. So just about starting anywhere, I've already started my yarn, my new yarn, by doing my usual practice, which is making a half Russian knot so that I end up with a little loop here and the yarn is already woven in, so that I don't need to do so many weaving ins at the end of my garment. But you start your yarn whichever way you like, okay? So let's go. I'm going to pick up just about anywhere. And I'm going to pick up 8 stitches for the foundation for Tunisian crochet. So put in the hook and through the loop. I've got 1 into the next stitch, 2, next stitch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is how we normally start the foundation row for Tunisian crochet. Well, in this case, we're joining it to another existing piece. Now, just let me explain something. I've picked up 8 stitches because I'm doing bars, stripes of 8 this way in 2 different colors. So we're doing 1 stripe in pink, 1 stripe in green, 1 stripe in pink, and so on. So that's why we're picking up 8 stitches here. There are a total of 80 stitches around the sleeve, so we should have 10 strips altogether, alternating colors. Okay, so now we do the return pass, standard return pass, which is pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. This is standard foundation row for a Tunisian crochet, and we keep doing pulling through 2 till we reach the end. Now if you look at some Tunisian crochet or Entrelac Tunisian crochet, you see that I'm doing something slightly different in my stitch, but it's very easy to follow. Normally the simple Tunisian simple stitch is just you pick up the vertical loop and yarn over and pull through, vertical loop into it, yarn over, pull through, right? But I'm doing a knit stitch, if you like. So holding this here, we go to the next stitch, and instead of just the vertical loop here, we go through. Can you see? I'll do it one more time. See that? This is a vertical loop, and then you can see there's a back part, and I'm going through that and through the back. Yarn over and pull through. So it's going to give me like a knit kind of look. See, just the vertical bar, but instead of just doing this, we go through the garment, yarn over, pull through. Vertical bar all the way through the back. You can see this V here, we go in between that, into the back, yarn over, pull through. Oh, by the way, I'm using a Tunisian 4mm hook. If you don't have a Tunisian hook, any straight hook will do, or even a standard hook, as long as the tapering towards the back is not too broad, you should be okay. But there's nothing quite like a straight Tunisian hook for Tunisian crochet. So we carry on, yarn into to the back, yarn over, pull through, and into the back. Okay, and then as those of you who know, at the end of a Tunisian row, you always pick these two. See this edge stitcher, yarn over, pull through. That's important because it gives you a neater edge. And then on the return pass, it's like before. 1 and then 2 all the way. 2, 2, oops, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So I'll do just one more row and then we will pause. So again to the back, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we just do the return pass. The return pass as before. 1, then every 2 stitches, yarn over, pull through every 2 stitches. I'm going to pause after this and come back later because the other part that I have to show you after I've got my desired length, which should be in the instructions in the pattern, is this. I'm doing the strips now, and then we're going to have a green strip here, right? And we're going to join the green to the pink strip as we go, so that there's no sewing up later on. It's just join as you go. So I'll pause here, come back when I have a green strip to show you how I'm joining it. Okay? Now. Okay, hello, welcome back. We've done one strip, one stripe, one bar of the pink. There are 11 rows of the knitted Tunisian crochet, and then we just cut off the yarn. I cut up too long a length. You don't have to cut such long a length. I made a mistake, and then just yarn over, hello, 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 and pull through. Okay, we will deal with those tails later on, weaving them in or whatever we need to do. For now, we just pause there. Excuse me. Now I said there are 11 rows, excluding the foundation row. So this here is the foundation row. We exclude that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 rows. Okay, now we will start with the next color, which is the mocha. And as I said before, this is my usual method of starting a new color, new yarn, joining it on. I've already done the Russian knot, half the Russian knot with the loop at the end and the tail woven into the rest of the yarn. we need 8 stitches as well. So this here is the first stitch of the previous bar or strip. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We should be starting here. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we bring our hook through that starting point for the mocha. Ding, 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 ding. Get that starting loop of the mocha. Push the hook through and pull through. That will be number 1. And then we do another foundation row of Tunisian crochet by picking up the stitches, 8 stitches, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Entrelac crochet is Tunisian crochet is when we join different pieces to each other as we work. So this is what and how we're going to join these pieces. Foundation row to foundation row. Just let me show you the back of the work first of all. You can see on the back that there are these little knobs or anchor points. They're called anchor loops, anchor points. And we want to go through the back loop here, pick up an anchor point when we join. Okay, so foundation row to foundation row, we're going through the back loop, pick up that anchor point, and then we join. And we do this by going through here to the back, to the anchor loop, yarn over, and just join. Pull through, and then treat it as normal. Pull through 1, and we do a return pass as per usual. Pull through 2, yarn over, 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 through 2, and end off with 2 on the hook, and done. Now that was foundation row, so we do row 1, same as the pink, a knit Tunisian stitch, forward pass into the loop and back, yarn over, pull through that to the back, yarn over, pull all the way through. So there should be 8 of these stitches all the way up, and we're doing as with the pink, 11 rows. This is the last one. Still treat it as normal. Yarn over, pull through. Now we join to row 1 of the pink, this back loop and the anchor knob, anchor loop, like that. Yarn over, pull through, drop that, pull through the pink, and then pull through 1, and then 2, every 2, just like any other return pass in Tunisian crochet. We're not talking about laces and stuff because that's a different thing in Tunisian crochet, but this is standard, this is normal. So that's row 1. So row 2 we'll just do one more so you get a clearer idea. Our knit Tunisian stitch or Tunisian knit stitch that you're getting more and more familiar with as we do this. Me too. So sometimes I like to just keep counting in my head the number of stitches so that I have a less chance of making a boo-boo. Now row 2 of the pink, we shall join there, through the side stitch, through the anchor, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the first one, and then all the way back. And we will keep doing this for 8 rows, and we will keep doing this same technique, same pattern for the next stripe, which is the pink, and then another mocha, and we end the same way as well, which is just cut off a length and end off there. So unless there's something else I need to show you, I'm going to pause here and probably just come back after we've done the entire round of the sleeve. I'll see you then. Bye. Hello, welcome back. I've just done 11 rows in a mocha. I thought I'd come back and show you how the last row is joined to the last row here, because it's a wee bit different, not much. It's not very important, but I just thought I'd do it. Okay, so we're joining the last row, the 11th row to the 11th row here, but you'll see that I have no definitive anchor like the others. So you can actually just take the back loop here and join that back loop, and then carry on 1 and then 2, da 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 da. It doesn't matter, because when we work on top of this, after this, all this is completed, and we carry on working up here, it will just settle everything down anyway. But if you're a little bit pedantic, like someone I know, then you might want to find another anchor point just for stability. So if you turn back and have a look, you see this is the side back loop here, right here, and here I can see something that maybe I can anchor to. See this maybe? So if that's the case, then I will be going in here and through there as well, to use that as a firmer anchor. That, and then I'll join to the pink using that, joined, and then carry on per normal, pull through 1, pull through 1, hello, don't drop, pull through 2, and yada yada yada, as Seinfeld Elaine would say, all the way ding 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 to the last one. Get your little happy scissors, give it a snip. I like mine to be at least 6 inches for ease, for safer weaving in later on. And just through and pull like that. And then we shall start the next pinky here. 8 stitches. That's what it looks like now. Okay, see you later. Hello and welcome back. This should be the last section of our little mini tutorial on this Tunisian crochet section of all these stripes. Right now I've done 9 of these stripes out of 10, and I've got 1 more stripe to do on this side here, which is this here, this section here. So there's a green in between here, 8 stitches. And here I'm going to show you how I join the right hand side and the left hand side as we work, so that as you build up the green, it will be joined left and right. Just to recall that when we joined the left hand side previously, we picked up the back loop and also the back nub here, the anchor loop, to join. And we went from a forward pass, join left hand side, return pass, forward pass, join left hand side, return pass. Now that we have a right hand side to contend with as well, we will join the right hand side, then do a forward pass, join left hand side, return pass. Next row, join right hand side first, forward pass, join left hand side, return pass. Next row, join right hand side first, da 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 da. That's how it goes. And on this side, we will be using the back loops on the edge. So it's these back loops here that I'll be using to join. Okay, so we shall comment shortly. Let's start now. Instead of using my standard half fraction loop, I've just done a single slip stitch. Here I'll show you, just a slip stitch, a normal one. You can use whichever way you like to start your green yarn. This is just to show you that either way will work. Now, as we said before, we will join the right hand side before we start the work, and we're doing our foundation row. So this back loop into the first stitch here. This will be different from the others as we move up, but this is how we start. Pick up your green, pull it through, and pull it through the pink. So that's stitch number 1. And then to do your foundation row in Tunisian, you just pick up the rest of the stitches. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now end of the forward pass, we will join to the left hand side. To the back loop, to the anchor at the back, and then pull through that, and the first one, and then just pull through to standard return all the way back. And at the end of this row, we would have done our foundation. So next row will be row 1, and as we talked about, we will join the right hand side before we commence the forward pass. Take your hook off the little green loop, pick up the back loop on the right hand side, pull your green through that, and that connects the right to your green. So this is stitch 1. We're going to stitch 2 and do your Tunisian knit as per normal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's just sometimes a little bit fiddly at the end here. 8, and then we'll connect to the left hand side, the back loop as well as the anchor loop on the back. Pull through the first one and do a normal return pass. Now we've completed row 1. To commence row 2, we will join to the right hand side, remove your hook, pick up the back loop on the right hand side, pull through your green. So it's connected, and then carry on with your Tunisian knit stitch. 2, 3. I'm just going to go to the end of this, and then I'm going to pause and let you carry on with your own work, and I might come back at the end when we finish this strip to show you what happens to finish it off and carry on with the rest of the sleeves. Backstitch anchor, pull through the first one, and just do a standard return. Okay, so I'm not going to finish it here, just going to show you. It's starting to look like this. So now I'll come back later if I need to show you what it looks like at the end of this. We are just about done. Few more stitches, and we're doing the return pass for the final row here. Now you might think it's a little bit disconnected because it's not the same. We'll just join them with this little knob here. We just join them. In Tunisian crochet, we normally do cast off so that the final row looks a bit neater. Otherwise, you might have these things that turn out to be big holes here. And so we're just going to do a slip stitch all the way across, and we should have 80 stitches, which is what we started off with. Each panel, each stripe is 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to do slip stitch this way, going to the first stitch. This is how we finish off this row. 1, 2, just go all the way in like you were doing a knit still, pull through all the way into the back, yarn over, pull through, and do a slip stitch this way. So that's what you're going to do, and we should end up with something that looks like this, and then we can carry on with the rest of the work. Okay, I'll see you back in the pattern. Bye.